Carissimi confratelli,
Dear brothers from all over the world, my dearest Salesian family, I greet you from here, from Valdocco, where on the 4th of October, the Don Bosco house and the whole renovated Valdocco opened their doors again to offer us a profound and true experience of Salesianity, which will allow us to touch the true story of Don Bosco with our hands. His dreams, his reality, his faith, his problems. An opportunity to have a profound Salesian and spiritual experience. My dear Salesian confreres, my dearest Salesian family, I can assure you that here the Don Bosco house will offer you much more than the beautiful things that are common to us in museums all over the world. It is certain that you will see beautiful things, but first of all, it will offer you an opportunity to have a profound experience of feeling, of emotions, of affection for our charisma, of admiration for our Father. And also an experience of faith and encounter with the God who accompanied Don Bosco's life project. See, for example, how here, with the same emotions with which I view this moment, we have two precious documents for everyone. Just think, for us dear Salesian confreres of Don Bosco, this little notebook, where, while still a boy, Michael Rua writes in 1854, that Don Bosco called here to his rooms a small group of youngsters, certainly the best that Don Bosco had discovered, to make a proposal. That of living a holy life, serving the other companions and children who could come here to the oratory. And 5 years later, on the 18th of December 1859, here on the table that was common to Don Bosco, the First Council, to write this report, which is the letter of foundation of the Society of San Francesco di Sales. Here you will find the precious original of that historical moment of faith. As I was saying, to offer us an opportunity to truly make a journey into the depth of the charisma, into the depth of our beautiful Salesian history, as Salesians and as a Salesian family.
come salesiani e come famiglia salesiana.
Accompanying Don Bosco on this path, but above all, letting ourselves be accompanied by him, shall also be an opportunity for profound awareness, to touch and see what a whole school of humanity and holiness was like, what we know well as good Christians and upright citizens. It will make us understand what the story of so many young people was, where some are very well known, such as Saint Domenico Savio, Francesco Bessucco, and Michele Magone, with life written by Don Bosco. But there are many others we do not know who have followed this path. A path where they prepared for life, but in deep friendship with Jesus. The same challenge that we have today, 162 years later. And here, with the beauty of the many relics, like this door of the tabernacle, rightly Domenico Savio's Tabernacle of Ecstasy, or the balustrade, the original from the church of Saint Francesco di Sales, and many other elements and objects that tell us that there was a school of life here, a school of holiness of Don Bosco, Mother Margherita, and many others who undertook a beautiful journey. Today, we must take this path. The path to Don Bosco's house will allow us to make a whole spiritual journey, to also touch the heart with our hands. The dream, for example, of the 9 years that we find here in the hall of the pastoral dimension of our charisma, where the wolves will be after lambs, where Jesus is the Good Shepherd, where the Lady of the Dream, Our Lady, is found with the young people of today, with the characteristics of today, where the missionary dream continues from Valparaiso to Beijing with the faces of today. A journey that allows us to find the 9-year dream. The original was written by Don Bosco himself, even with his corrections. That dream we find in the memories of the oratory many years later, written by Don Bosco. Or the same letter from Rome, the original here, where Don Bosco tells us that we must never forget what the first oratory was like, where reason, religion, and kindness rightly gave all unity. Dear friends, it is a wonderful opportunity to make an inner journey to the heart of our Salesianity and our Salesian spirituality.
Della nostra spiritualità salesiana.
It is here, my dear confrères and SDBs, where Don Bosco awaits us. It is here, my dearest Salesian family, dear brothers and sisters, where Don Bosco awaits you. Here where many nights he did not sleep, because he wrote to get good doctrine and good thoughts to the simple ones, to those most in need. Here, where Don Bosco dreamed of the congregation, the Institute of the Daughters of Mary, Help of Christians, the whole Salesian family. It is here where he had his missionary dreams, where he thought of his youngsters. It is here where he spoke, received people of great importance, the nobles, those who could help him economically, but also the humblest ones who sought help from Don Bosco. It is here, dear brothers all, where Don Bosco is waiting for us to make a journey, a spiritual journey of inner reality, to touch the same experience he lived up close, of how God dreamed of the best for boys and girls. And today, we are the ones who, with our lives, can say that Don Bosco lives, and they live only in the communion of saints that we strongly believe in. but he lives and is alive because in the whole Salesian world, our Salesian family continues to make this dream a reality, leading boys and girls to an encounter with Jesus. I'd like to confess to you something that I bear very much in my heart. I truly believe that in the Church, Don Bosco is a heritage for all humanity and the world of today. Societies and nations needs the Salesian charisma, his great figure and the fulfillment of Don Bosco. Many things through us. Welcome, all of you, all of us, to this pilgrimage, to this spiritual journey of Salesianity and inner reality with God. My dear brothers and sisters, on this pilgrimage to Val d'Occo, the Lord always awaits us here to be with us, to give us consolation. The Mother, Help of Christians, receives us and awaits us in this house of hers. In this holy place, we have our beloved Father Don Bosco, who dreamed and thought about us. We have Mother Mazzarello, who had this gift of great feminine genius to translate, according to Don Bosco's intuition, into life with the sisters and girls and create a beautiful journey of education and holiness. We have and find Domenico Savio, the beautiful fruit of Don Bosco's teaching and school of holiness. Here we also find thriving among us Michele Rua and Filippo Rinaldi, successors to our father. So I truly invite you with all my heart to make this journey of inner reality, of true experience of Salesianity in the heart of our charisma. Greetings to all.